All right, this is your brother Aisha Yar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakat Wadash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned this truth from. Honor to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the aquas that's listening and learning. So today, it's just going to be a free for all lesson. Just going to have the spirit roll, see where it takes me. And just bring out the scriptures for edification because as we all know, this is let me put this over here. All right, as we all know, this is the hopeful year of all the prophecies coming to pass that was labeled by Apostle Tahar. Okay, and hopefully this is the year that all the prophecies come to pass, no matter what may come out or what may be entertaining to you or any fun thing that might be going on or whatever, no matter what's going on in your life that actually brings you some type of joy. we looking forward to this place of being destroyed. All right, let's actually start with that. That's one of my main things that one of my main scriptures I always like to go to. This is First Corinthians chapter 7, and this is verse 35, and it says, "And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that you may attend upon the Lord without distraction." All right. Like for instance, for me, I love video games, love video games, love lifting weights, so forth and so on. Right. They got the trailers that's coming out today, and then they may announce these things are coming out, later this year, and they coming out early 2024. Yeah, we look forward to certain things. Certain things are cool to look at and be a part of. So you might like certain movies, certain TV shows. You may actually like going to basketball games or football games and all of that, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, you cannot have these things distract you from this truth. Because the more and more you put your effort into things that's in the world, that's the more and more you're going to allow yourself to go back into the world. And that's one mistake that you cannot do, man. All right? The Most High doesn't allow the majority of Israelites to come back in this truth. It just cannot happen, man. Because if you do that, you're going to put Yahweh Shai as an open shame, all right? Because you pretty much going back into the world that you had tasted this heavenly gift, and he gave you this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you pretty much spit on it when you go back into the world, man. And Yahweh Shai is not coming back down here to get back on the cross again. He's not going to do it, man. He already finished his work. When he comes back, he's bringing judgment. And he's going to bring judgment to the ones that know that they're Israelites, man. Let's get that, man. All right? Because this is one thing that definitely makes you realize that that the fear of the Lord should be upon you at all times, all right? So this is First Peter chapter 4, and we're going to go to verse 17. It says, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first began at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?" All right? So judgment is going to begin with the ones that know that they are Israelites. And we all know, the ones that watch these videos, the ones that's in the faith, we know that we're Israelites because we believe the gospel. And that's the whole point. We're supposed to believe the gospel because the gospel is what? Good news. We understand that the kingdom is coming. We understand that Yahweh Shai is coming back to bring back righteousness on the earth. We understand that the earth can finally bloom and be beautiful the way it once used to be. We understand that we can finally get out of these fleshly bodies that makes us go off every single day. Because we all know, all of us are low, man. All of us have fallen short of the glory. Ain't none of us out here good, like Yahweh Shah said, man. None of us out here are actually serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah in our 100% fashion, man. Only thing that we're doing is just rehearsing the righteous acts, which is a good thing because that's a sign of spiritual power by showing faith. When you believe the gospel, when you actually show faith, and you actually exercise this truth every single day. Every single day you wake up and you do what you're supposed to do. You make sure you do what's right by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's showing your faith, man. That's spiritual power. All right? So this is what we need to do. We need to understand that judgment begins at the house of the Most High, which is the ones that know that they're Israelites. Now that we know that we're Israelites, we have a bigger responsibility than these 2/3, man. Because 2/3 chose to just be like, you know what, I just want to be a part of the world because they don't want to change. They don't want to repent. They don't want to come back to the commandments, statutes, and laws. So, hey, leave them alone. Like the scriptures say. Let's get that real quick, and then we'll go right back to 1 Peter chapter 4. So this is Revelation chapter 22, verse 11. And it says, let me see if I can go up a little bit more. Let's start at verse 7. It says, Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. All right. Blessed are the ones that watches out for prophecy. Blessed are the ones that fears the Lord. Okay. We're the ones that's watching out for these prophecies to come to pass. We're waiting for World War III. We're waiting for Esau to make the chip mandatory. We're waiting for famine of the word. We're waiting for the actual famine. Yes, we want all of these things to happen. Because in order for us to get into the kingdom, these things got to go down, man. We cannot get anywhere else unless all of these prophecies come to pass. So yes, blessed are the ones that stay occupied in prophecies. Like it says in the book of Sirach, the 39th chapter. All right. Verse 8, it says, And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then saith he unto me, See thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book, worship the Most High. All right, so that's what you do. You know, you don't kneel before anybody else. All right, the only people that we kneel for, the only power that we kneel for is Yahweh Wah Yahweh Shai. That's it. So the angels like, no, man, get up. All right. Now hold on. Let's read it again. It says, And I, John, saw these things and heard them, and when I heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then saith he unto me, See thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book, worship the Most High. That's right. Because once the kingdom is established, we're actually going to have a higher order. We're going to be above the angels, man. Because we're going to be in those perfect bodies. We're going to be able to have those um, terrestrial spiritual power bodies, man, but we're going to have the celestial mixed in as well. All right, so we're going to be above the angels in the kingdom. We're actually going to be able to have the power to order angels to do something to these heathen nations in the kingdom, man. That's going to be one of the ways that we can meditate terror on these heathens, man. It's going to be fun as hell. All right, because once we realize that we are finally in power and we're in authority, guess what? Now we can finally do what we've been wanting to do for the longest, which is keep these heathen nations in order and bring back righteousness in the earth under the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. So verse 10 it says, And he saith unto me, Seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. All right. The time is at hand. What time? The time of judgment. The time where Yahweh Shai is going to come back. He's going to come back on the largest so-called UFO, which is a chariot, and he's going to bring judgment to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who not right. He's going to come back and save the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which makes up the elect that were rehearsing the righteous acts and keeping the faith all the way into the end. And then he's going to bring judgment to these heathen nations. And he's going to round up the Edomites and whatever other souls that were alive around that time and chain them up. It's time for slavery, man. So this is what we do. All right, verse 11, it says, He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So this is a thing where you don't have to force this truth upon everybody, man. You don't got to do it. It's not no Jehovah's Witness Christian type thing, man. This is the real deal right here. This is the real gospel, the real truth. Okay, so if Jake don't want to get it, leave him alone. Read it again. It says, He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. All right? So if they come across this truth, and you know certain people that know about this truth, and they still don't want to acknowledge Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, leave them alone. This is not for everybody. All right? This is one thing that these other religions love to do out in the world, man. They love to push their so-called doctrine on everybody, man. They always be like, no, you got to believe in Jesus. This is why they go door to door, knocking on people's doors, giving you pamphlets, trying to read you scriptures and they don't even know what the scripture's talking about. They don't know how to break down scriptures at all. Only thing they want to do is just push their agenda upon you, okay? And then they want to tell you to do certain things when they're wicked themselves. Here it is, these people be going to church, they still eating pork, they still celebrating holidays, they still doing smoking weed, doing all these different things, man, committing adultery. You know, the list goes on, man. They doing all of these things, and then when it comes to Sundays, then it's okay, I'm back saved again. How you gonna be saved multiple times? How you be saved multiple times, man? It's a very dramatic thing when you save once. And guess what? That's exactly how it's going to be when Yahushua comes back. Because he's going to literally save us, man. He's going to save us spiritually. Because he's going to save us from this wickedness that we're currently living in. All right? Meaning he's going to save us from these sins, man. He's going to bring us and put us in those new bodies. You know, we get beamed up, Lord willing. Our bodies are going to change within the twinkling of an eye. All right? Then we can finally be free from sin, man. Because what? Yahushua is the mediator. He's the one that's going to get us back to the Most High. So he's going to save us spiritually, but he's going to save us physically as well. The chariots are going to show up and they're going to take us out of here once before the fire hits. Okay? And this is why it's very important for you other Israelite groups to get this MOTB right, man. It's very important. Why is it important? Because it literally tells you in Revelation 14:9, if you take the MOTB, you will be in the lake of fire. This is the one prophecy you gotta get right, man. If you don't get this prophecy right, it's over with for you, man. There's no repentance for that, man. And a lot of people are gonna realize that once the MOTB is mandatory. Once it's mandatory, then you realize that you literally can't live without it. These scriptures are gonna pop in the back of your mind. You're going to be like, damn, the men of GMS was right. Yeah. Yeah. And the ones that take it, it's like Apostle Zahar said, he was like, man, a lot of y'all going to be losing sleep because y'all going to take it and y'all going to realize that, oh, man, there is something here or here, okay? And then they're going to be like, wow, whenever I do go to the grocery stores and everything like that, look at what I got to do. Do. Ain't no getting away from it, man. And then if you really gonna see it, because like I said, if you don't take it, what Esau is gonna do? He's gonna be like madmen sparing none, like it says in the book of 2nd Esdras. Okay? He's gonna go out and he's gonna start rounding up all of the people, including Israelites and including the heathen nations, man. Anybody that's not down with the MOTB in these last days, he's going to round them up. They're going to the FEMA camps, or you may just be put to death right on the spot. They showed you that in all kind of shows and movies. They definitely showed you that in, it was this one movie that the brother shared a while ago. I forget what it is, man, but everybody was getting the 666 tattoo and everything like that, and you know, the guards was on the loose. You know, martial law was on the loose. And certain people that they ran up on, they was like, look, do you got it? And they said, no, they didn't even give you a chance. It's just pop, pop, right there and then. See, this is why we want to rely on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua within these last days, man. Okay? Because when we get in situations like that, you cannot lie, man. You cannot be like, do you have your chip? And then you be like, yeah. They're going to be like, prove it. And guess what? If you do that and you can't prove it, guess what they're going to do to you since you lied to them, man? It's going to be a thing of faith. As soon as you get in a very real situation, you're going to have to do what? You have to call on the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua immediately. And then you have to go up the flow, man. And Lord willing, the Most High protects us within those times, man. All right? So getting back to it. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. All right? So this is what you do. You leave the 2/3 alone. If they don't want to get it, oh well. That's on them. They the ones that don't want to accept this truth. They the ones that want to stay in the world. They're the ones that's comfortable being a homeborn slave, like it says in the book of Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. All right? They're comfortable with being like this, man. Here it is. They struggling day to day, no money, getting by. Got all the kids in the world. The families are not together. The father's always missing out of the house, going through problems with your job. getting diseases, you getting addicted to all kind of drugs and whatever the case may be. You always in a worse situation, but for some reason you want to keep your hands on this place, man. Here it is. We trying to tell you that you don't have to worry about doing this for too much longer. But Jake want to stay here though. Jake wants to continue to be dead within themselves. How idiotic is that, man? That shit don't make no sense. You want to continue to struggle? You want to continue to be at the bottom? You want to continue to be in a place where you're hated? Here it is. Jake, when they hear about reparations, right? When Jake hear about reparations, here it is. They get excited, like, oh man, we probably gonna get some money. But then as soon as that comes out, guess what? Esau's true spirit comes out, man. His true spirit come out. Then they make all the videos, man, fuck you niggers. I don't want you all to get no damn reparations. Man, these Edomites ready to damn near lynch your ass right now, in this very second. Ready to put your ass right back in slavery. Because you all forgot that you are still living in enemy's territory, man. You still living in enemy's territory. Then a lot of y'all want to come up with these ideas. If we just gather together and get all the money, you cannot come up in Esau society. Esau rules the world, man. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He rules all of it, man. All of it. I don't care how smart you are, how much money you save, how many weapons you gather. You cannot overpower Esau and his rulership. That's Yahweh job, man. All right. So if you want to continue to be in this world under your enemies, go ahead. Because guess what? You're going to receive the judgment, man. You're going to receive the judgment. Now let's go back to 1 Peter chapter 4. Let's go back to shut your ass up. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17 again. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? All right, that's right. What's going to be the end of the ones that do not want to turn back to the commandments, statutes, and laws? Is what's going to be the end of the ones that do not want to acknowledge their true power, man. They're going to have to receive that harsh judgment, no matter what that is. What it says in the book of Isaiah, he said, the Most High said he was going to bring Jake's greatest delusions to life, their greatest nightmares, man. They're going to get in situations where Jake going to be like, damn, I definitely do not want to be here right now. I don't want to go through this. Man, it's going to be bad out here, man. Like I said, I always remember that one dream that the brother had when he said he had a dream where Jake was over here starving to death, and he just could not find any food, man, and he just literally walking around hurt, man, in pain, just in straight pain and anguish, just agony, and he was just like, he just couldn't stand himself. And then, got so bad to the point where he said he started throwing up. And then once he realized that he threw up, he was eating his own vomit just so he could put some in his body, man. That's how bad it's going to get out here, man. Let's get that real quick. Because that's how bad it's going to get out here, man. It's going to get so bad to the point where, wait, hold on. Slain with hunger. Yeah. It's gonna get so bad to the point where, like I said, when there's no food out here, that's the game changer. All right, that's the game changer, because famine is coming. When you out here, you can't eat. Your whole mind changes. It does that for everybody, man. And I always bring this out. I'm like, think about times when you didn't have anything to eat for almost all damn day. You were at work all day. You probably had a lunch break, but you didn't bring any lunch, or something made it just happen to the point where you didn't have anything to eat. You're like, that's cool. But, as time goes by, your stomach starts to rumble and everything like that. And the only thing that you want to make sure that you want to make sure you get something to eat, because, when you eat, that gives you energy. Okay? You want to make sure that you get something to eat, so then you can calm yourself down and you go about with your day. And like I said, when Jake doesn't eat, the ones that literally eat damn near all day, every day, wake up drinking pop. Jake be getting all the gummy candies in the world, getting all the Jolly Ranchers, the Sour Patch Kids, eating the Cheetos. All right, always snacking every single time of the day. All right, and you know how Jake is. They be showing you that all the time. When food is in front of Jake, I just and that's a spirit. Because I literally just saw a video yesterday when Jake said when you get something to eat in front of your sibling, and then his sibling was just reaching for the remote control, and then his brother hurried up and grabbed his food. He ate that shit in one bite, because he thought he was gonna ask for some, man. That's how Jake is, man. When food gets around Jake, Jake don't play, man. Jake love to eat. And trust me, I understand because I love to eat too, man. Food is fire. I always like looking up recipes and everything like that, man. But when there's no food out here, that's the game changer. That's the game changer because people are going to become desperate because being hungry is not a good feeling. Like I said, when you hungry, you get to the point where you damn near you get irritated. You know, certain people talk to you, be like, all right, man, I understand, but look, man, I need to give me something to eat, man. I ain't eating all day. You know, you get cranky, all right? And like I said, it's going to get to the point where the Most High is going to allow all this food to disappear. The food is going to disappear, man, all right? And then once the food disappears, guess what? That's when Jake gets desperate. That's when they start making major moves. But the thing is, the Most High is going to allow certain Jakes to not find any food at all. That's going to be the way that they die, is by starvation, man. And that's a very, very painful death. That's messed up, man. These are the times that we're coming into. The Most High is going to allow these things to happen. Let me change this camera real quick. All right, Salakia. So pretty much, the camera just cut off on me, and I didn't even realize that the camera even cut off. It just did what it did or whatever, and I was over speaking for about another 30 plus minutes. It's a good lesson too, man. But this camera been having problems. I definitely got to invest in a new camera soon and all of that because I like doing in front of the camera videos and all of that, and then go out in the streets, definitely show that. But this camera's just been messing up, man. So I gotta save some money and get a new one. But just want to let you all know what happened, and hopefully what I did bring out was edifying enough and all of that. And of course, Lord willing, man, you're just gonna get right back into it, move on with the next lesson, and just keep it moving through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right. So I hope that was edifying. So with that, I'm gonna say, call Halayim Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakat Kodash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the aquas that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratzazah, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.